Okay, this is my 2018 summary of all the stuff I purchased in the last, almost 3 years now. Everything from the original Rad Rover that I purchased in 2016 to the SMLRO right there, you can see is kind of the cheap end e-bike, to all of the different parts and equipment that I purchased. So with that, let's jump right in. Let's focus in on the Rad Rover itself. That is a plasti dip that I put on the outside frame. It works okay. It kind of changed the look. It was kind of fun to do, but really didn't bring a lot of benefit. And as you can see, now it now it looks like it's been to hell and back. But it is an interesting way to change up the look, and it just rubs off. You can either apply more of it or not. Now with this light, this is one of my favorite lights. The remote thing, I've had a couple of these with the remote. It doesn't really work, and changing signal with the signal and all that, you end up not signaling. This one doesn't automatically turn on. Not my favorite bike light, but it does work really well. So that's like my second favorite. We'll get into my favorite one coming up. Next is this seat post. Now I kind of went through this quickly, but this seat post is really good actually. Initially I was like 20 bucks, doesn't work that great, but it really does work over time. It kind of got better, unlike some things, but it actually did get better in this case. The price is amazing. I've tried the Thudbuster and some of those other ones, and they're very expensive, and I actually felt like a bit of a weird sinking sensation when I would when they would kick in. So it wasn't the best experience, I think, as far as, you know, feeling the ride. So, you know, at least in my opinion, for the price, this one's really good. Something fell back there. Oh well. Now let's check out how many miles I've got on this guy so far. And again, this is just on this bike. I've also had the juice bikes and some others I put a lot of miles on. 4,255 miles. And really the major wear and tear on this Rad Rover, there's a couple of places. The battery has definitely gotten tired. It can get me to work, and then on the way back it's just not a lot of fun because it feels super sluggish. So battery life has really gone down, and that's actually one of the more expensive items, right? And in fact, as of this video, you can see right here 2017, which mine basically is still it's on discount here, but $399, and currently out of stock, by the way. Shouldn't really freak you out. I mean, keep in mind, it's the $399. You could spend that on a car payment in a month, right? It's not that much money when you put it in perspective. So just remember, I mean, you're gonna eventually either need a new battery after 3 years, and just count your blessings. That's 3 years you didn't own a car, didn't spend money on gas, oil changes, etc., right? You're saving good money. So hang in there, don't give up on it. Don't let that scare you from getting an e-bike. It's still worth doing. Now this next item is the Mr. Tuffy liner. It's kind of ironic because it's placed next to a front wheel that does not have a tube on it, since I got a flat, and there was that liner right there on this thing. So it's not going to protect you from everything. It definitely will diminish the amount of flat tires you get, and believe me, on an e-bike, front wheel, piece of cake, but it's still a beast on that rear wheel. So it does help, but it will not protect you from everything. If you hit something like I did, a kind of a sharp edge dirt curb at high speed, it's gonna bust open and be an issue. So just keep it in mind when you look at selecting one. All right, next is this mask. I use this for the wind. I usually reverse it. It's not the skeleton look all the time. Relax. It really does help for the ears though, with sound and other things. All right, moving on. This vest right here, it's not the best. It is a couple of years old, I think, since I bought it. The Velcro things kind of don't work great. I haven't been wearing it lately. I don't know, just kind of annoying. I should probably wear it because it is getting darker now. But yeah, kind of not the best thing. There's got to be a better option. Okay, gloves. Gloves are important. These in particular are great for winter. You can also flip them open and your fingers can be exposed to like fix things if you had to. So that one is a good thumbs up. Now I don't have them here because I use them thoroughly, but the Maxxis tires are incredible. Now these Van Helgas, they're probably a good off-road tire, but when you commute with them, these, as you can see here, they're knobby. It's just a little deafening, and it's actually kind of irritating because it probably to other people on the trail too, because you sound like a swarm of bees just powering down on people. So it's a little intimidating to those around you. So just keep it in mind. I loved the Maxxis tires. Lasted a long time, good grip, not super loud. Those are the kind of things that you might want to look for if you commute a lot. Now let's get into security. This bike lock, which you've seen me try, is the Bluetooth one. I like it. There's no keys if you're prone to lose keys. This is a really nice offering, but it is cable. There's risk, right? It's not maybe as secure as like this right here, the A-Bus bar kind of bike lock. I've really enjoyed that one as well, but it's super heavy, so there's a balance. All right, next you've got your phone holder. So I definitely recommend this type. This one in particular works really well. It is added security, even off-roading with it. I've done that. It works great. Right, next, let's talk about handlebar extenders. This one, the brackets are all metal. It's very well made. The one thing I wish it were, the tube were actually longer so you could just put more stuff there. I don't know. Just comes in handy. All right, nobody likes flat tires, and nobody drones on that subject more than I do. Thank you very much. You do need a little kit, and I recommend the CO2 cartridge kind. And it does work for fat tires. It takes 2 tubes to fill up a fat tire bike, but good luck, all I gotta say to all of you people that think you can do this, repairing the rear tire and in the middle of nowhere and finding where the hole is, and I don't know. Anyway, but this kit in particular is really good. It's got the gel patches, which I like. Very, very good stuff. All right, when you get into filming, this Joby, I can say this like Kobe, the Joby phone holder, made of metal, very well done. The tripod here is also a long-lasting tripod. I really like that one, so thumbs up there. All right, and if you need to change out your pedal crank, and hopefully you never have to do that, your pedals, that's pretty easy to do, or the pedal crank wrench, this set here from Park Tool works really well. I recommend their site, and they also sell on Amazon. All right, next is my favorite rear light. This thing is incredible, charges, long-lasting, motion sensing. If you brake really quick, it acts like a brake light without you having to push a button. It's really well made. Now let's rack up this next video. Yes, racks. This one's made out of metal. It's really well made, and it works well if you like racks. I just found out very quickly I don't really like racks. This was the bungee, and it kind of worked okay, but in general, it's just not for me. I just throw everything I have on the backpack, or in the backpack, and I'm good to go. And now, oh wait, what's that? Shimano? Yes, the hydraulic brakes, my favorite. That's one of my most favorite options that you could do. Of all the crap here on the floor, get yourself a pair of hydraulic brakes. You'll never go back. They're on this bike right here, and they're phenomenal. I can't say enough nice things about the Shimano brakes. So please get yourself a pair. They're super inexpensive, but they work really well. Some of them are more expensive. These Shimanos are not. And go follow the link. Get yourself some. This camera mount I use for my 360 shots is actually a Fly, or 360 Fly, or Fly 360, I forget the name of the manufacturer, but they make a very good mount. You can get it at Best Buy. All right, now if you want a modern and sleek bell, check this thing out. Works really well. Had it for about a month now or so, and it works great. It hasn't broken. I love it. Thin, really well designed. All right, and lastly for this video, the SMLRO e-bike that I got off Amazon for $550, the cheapest e-bike that doesn't look like an e-bike. It's probably cost me now about $650, just getting things repaired on it. And I'm still waiting for a controller to show up, a different one. And I'm gonna swap that out with the help of my buddy Juan. And we're gonna see if we can get that pedal assist to work. If not, the accelerator thing works fine. Pedaling works well. It's a super quiet bike. I love that it folds. I love the thin tires. So the design, I think I'm stuck on, but man, the parts are definitely lacking. And those forks in the front are pretty flimsy. So don't think you're gonna be crushing it with a bike like this. You need to spend the big money on the much nicer bikes. You have to be at least in the 1,500 to 2,000 mark to really have something that's going to last you for a long period of time without worrying about, the structural pieces or even the electronic components of the bike. So I hope this helps. This is just 3 years of my commuting, and at times buying more expensive stuff and at times just buying the cheaper stuff, right? But that said, I'm still commuting with this bike. The SMLRO is still my primary bike that I'm going to and from work, and so far it's holding up. Also want to take a moment to say thank you to everybody that has subscribed, and for those of you that have not yet done so, please consider it. It does help. I will also be looking at new e-bikes after this one to look into. I'm still looking at Van Moof. I'm also going to have a bike stand video here coming up, repair stand that I've got in the garage. Haven't even put it up yet. And I've got a lot of other stuff coming. So hang in there and keep watching. Thank you so much. Y'all have a great weekend. See ya. Bye.